Mm-mm-mm. Mm, 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 mm. Will begin shortly. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Let's turn that up a little bit. We're gonna get rid of that logo. Hello. Top left. I was like, oh, what do I want it? Appreciate your backpack. Let's get it. Let's get it.
Welcome to the EA Sports College Football 26 Gameplay Deep Dive.
Kurt.
Share details about a massive playbook expansion, all new player types and abilities, improvements to wear and tear, new control mechanics, stadium pulse, physics-based tackling, and a lot more. Let's get into it. With real coaches comes a massive playbook expansion. For the first time ever, over 300 real college football coaches bring their unique styles and authentic play calling to the game, delivering distinct program identities and more play calling variety. Over 2,800 new plays and over 45 new formations have been installed. New option types, motion types, bizarre plays and formations.
I tried that in the beta.
At your fingertips, and they're all tuned so you can craft a strategy that feels like your favorite program. 10 brand new player archetypes and rebalanced abilities, now 84 total, are designed to showcase the wide variety of skill sets we see in college football every Saturday. Improvements to how abilities scale are based on performance. When a player gets hot,
yep,
physicals
I noticed that.
Substantial boost, and platinum tier abilities will automatically upgrade to the new, more powerful Heisman tier.
Oh,
The Heisman tier captures those unexplainable moments when a player single-handedly takes over a game. New field vision introduces more realistic challenges for quarterbacks. Shorter quarterbacks will now have more limited vision when surrounded by taller linemen. And receiver
what does that mean?
will fade as they come in and out of view.
Oh.
To ensure balance around how different abilities affected wear and tear during hits and tackles, every ability in the game was reviewed and adjusted. New customizable auto-sub options let you tailor personnel decisions to strategically handle wear and tear for every position.
Yep.
Complete control with adjustable impact settings and battle real-world conditions with new weather modifiers that impact wear and tear. And you'll get instant feedback with new pre-snap visual cues that can affect a player's demeanor, indicating their condition right on the field.
Nice. We did ask for that.
Physics-based tackling make better tackles actually feel better. New tackle types like wrap catch tackles and
yeah, I was popping dudes in the beta.
Offer more tools,
and that's such an old model.
Dictate the game. With new authentic audio for big hits that adds realism and variety to defense. New dynamic subs allow real-time roster management without breaking from the action, enhancing the flow and strategy of every game. Make informed personnel decisions and get your starters back out there with one button press. A rebuild of offensive and defensive line interactions redefines trench battles. Control the direction of your blocks with new block steering, which factors in player attributes like strength and momentum for more realistic line of scrimmage play.
Oh, that's gonna be sick.
And twist delivers more depth and control in pass rush. 12 different types of stunts offer a range of strategic options
Oh,
snap, providing a new layer to the chess match at the line of scrimmage.
I didn't figure that out.
We're introducing adjustable defensive zones for more precise control over pass coverage. Adjust the depth of where your safeties line up in coaching adjustments. Fine-tune your defensive strategies in real time and outsmart opponents. When you're on the home field advantage side of Stadium Pulse, it's a beautiful thing. But for visitors, Stadium Pulse in College Football 26 is louder, tougher, and more personal, elevating the chaos of night games at already tough-to-play places. More intense camera shake, new visual disruptions, and distorted clocks will throw off your timing and communication with dynamic intensity depending on the game situation or career moment. Pre-order the MVP bundle. Includes both EA Sports College Football 26 and Madden NFL 26.
And is that it? I didn't mind it. I liked in the, my goodness, let me go full screen. I liked how in the beta when I was playing Dynasty, I started with like Silver Option King or something. And throughout the game, I was progressively getting better, making my pitches or whatnot. And oops, turn me off. And at one point in the game, my Option King, it's cool for Dynasty. My Option King went from silver to platinum. And I was like, oh, that's actually pretty dope. I'm doing better with the ability. And so I'm getting I'm getting rewarded for with like a higher tier. I'm not sure how it would work with like takeoff or something, but let's go back and watch it. Let us go back and watch it. I'm full screen right now. Yeah. 4 minutes and 46 for the deep dive isn't crazy. I wonder if there's a link to like a written deep dive. Let's see. Let us see. Hmm. I want to know if there's a link for the. Oh, cool. They got a deep dive. Boom. I'll post the link in the chat. I shall post the link. Bada bing, bada boom. We'll place that right there. All right, we're now on the deep dive website, the manuscript. So we're gonna go through it, look at anything crazy, see what's new, and give my thoughts on it, honestly. So let's speed read this. Hey there, college football fans. Welcome back to Campus Huddle. We know some of you got a hands on, but we have so much more to share with you. We're excited to bring you a first deep dive with the season. Gameplay is here. I'm glad they did gameplay first, honestly. Before we get started with the Campus Huddle, let's take a look at a hosted by, yep, I watched it. Now let's dive further into gameplay by bringing in design director Scott Gallagher. Take it away. Da 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 da. We watched your stream, saw the viral moments, and read through threads and feedback. But that was last year, and in this game, no W from the past carries over. I agree. The moment the final whistle blew, we got right back into the front room. Now what worked, listened to what didn't, and locked in on what we need to improve. Ready for the next chapter? Let's dive in. Pre-game. What is this? Ooh, that's pretty dope. Can you run that back again? Is that Malik Murphy? Did he transfer again? This year, our gameplay model is what we call the 4-minute offense. Why? Because after putting points on the board last year, we wanted to come right back out, take control and march down the field, and put the game away. That means staying true to the foundational vision, continuing to solve football problems with football solutions, and executing on what matters most. Similar to last year, our gameplay is built around 3 core pillars that keep the drive alive, all 22 plus. Continued emphasis on player control and player differentiation with the plus. Speaking about everything that surrounds those 4 lines. Play your way, more customization and tools for players to make them feel like their favorite signal caller, while building on team differentiation and offering 136 plus ways to play. Stories of Saturday, we're adding more soul and personality between the whistles, building on the emotional foundation of 25. Get them out. Dynamic subs. This was dope. In the beta, you could do like left on the D-pad, and your lineup would show up. And so let's say you're running no huddle or whatnot, and you wanted to sub someone out, you can no huddle, but then you could do up on the D-pad, and instead of that being like a toggle for your camera zoom, if you don't have that disabled, it would bring up your roster. And let's say you're in no huddle like I explained, and you wanted to get your running back out to spell him for a few plays, and then put your goal line back in once you're in the red zone, like the low red zone inside the 10, you could do so and keep your tempo going. And so while I don't know if they fixed fatigue because the model we played was so early, I do like the I don't know, like the line shifts of like getting a whole new cast of characters into the game. Boom. Now strategic substitutions can happen seamlessly without ever leaving the action. Yeah, and this will come up. I'm glad they have a dope visual of this. For real. Sub control. Couldn't be easier. Yep, just what I said. I didn't even get down to it. It couldn't be easier during the pre-play. Simply press up on the D-pad to instantly access who's on the field. Then cycle them in and out with the left and right on the D-pad, just like depth chart subs. Once you make a change, it sticks, ensuring your lineup decisions remain strategic, deliberate, and impactful. Boom, boom. Yes. Smarter subbing with tailored filters. To streamline substitutions even further, we've introduced targeted filters that get the right players on the field quicker. Defense, manage your entire defensive unit at once, or quickly jump to specific groups like your linebackers or D line. I like that. Skill player, I like that. Offensive line, sorry, you're going to have to wait it out. Reset the starters. Once your best guys back out there immediately, hit square on PlayStation or X on Xbox, and your starters are instantly back in. I like that you can see the wear and tear. I love that. I love that for us. I love it. Internally, the reaction to on the fly subs has been awesome. And once you experience it yourself, you'll wonder how you ever played without it. It's one of those intuitive and seamless features that immediately becomes essential. It feels like football and plays like football. It's about time it arrived. I agree. Um, I freaking hate wear and tear, honestly. Hmm. Before expanding on the system, our first priority was to address some of the tough to reproduce bugs while continuing to improve balance. We went after complicated issues like players awkwardly stacking on each other without the play ending properly. This was a major fix. Then we carefully reviewed and adjusted every ability in the game, ensuring accurate balancing around how each ability impacted wear and tear during hits and tackles. Aftershock. Sub your way. Another key improvement and something the community clearly asked for was making it easier and more strategic to manage players based on their wear and tear. Yeah, I hated how wear and tear would happen, and I mean, you can see the body part, but you don't know how much it was affecting him. And now you can just look at anyone. It's kind of dope. Mm, Others rotate constantly, prioritizing freshness and long term durability. Both approaches are valid, and now the system fully supports how you want to go. To accommodate these diverse styles, we introduce fully customizable wear and tear, auto sub settings, and sliders, bringing unprecedented depth to player management. Here's how deep the options go. Standard computer substitution, inspired by Real World War II rotation strategies like Michigan's frequent running back substitutions grinded out for teams that want to keep their best players on the field as long as possible. Players push through being banged up and only sub out when absolutely necessary. Custom. I'd kind of lean on custom, honestly. I would just need a lot of great athletes on the field. Each position can now have tailored substitution. Ooh, I like I like that. There's so much I want to say about that for real. Pain is temporary. Dynasty stuff, rather. Dynasty players were some of the most passionate fans of the wear and tear system, and we recognize it's impossible to satisfy everyone's preferences with one size fits all tuning. So why not put the control directly in your hands? This year we've introduced complete customization of the wear and tear experience. Want increased damage from hit six or sack? Prefer faster healing between quarters or during timeouts? Every aspect is now in your hands. Oh, I like that. I like that for dynasties. I think you keep it in for dynasties, but not so prevalent, honestly. I don't know. I mean, the weather is in the game. Through conversations with real world coaches and players, one recurring theme emerged clearly: weather significantly impacts player wear and tear. Reflecting this real world insight, we've integrated weather based modifiers into the wear and tear system. If your quarterback health dips below 60, you'll clearly see it reflected in his pre snap demeanor. Depending on whether he's dealing with upper or lower body damage, he might roll his shoulder, shake out his arm, or gingerly kick out a sore leg as he approaches the line of scrimmage. This subtle but impactful touch provides an immediate visual cue to the QB's condition, making wear and tear feel a bit more alive and connected to your in game decisions and plays than before. Last year, toughness rating determined how much damage a player took to a specific body part after contact. This year, we've taken that a step further. Now, toughness also affects recovery, dictating how quickly each body part heals over time. Noted. That means the same rating that helps a player absorb hits also plays a direct role on how fast they bounce back. Makes sense. It's a deeper, more realistic reflection of what toughness really means in college football. Yep, this was dope too. I was just talking about this. Last year's introduction of abilities laid a strong foundation for capturing the explosive dynamic essence of college football. This year, we're building on that foundation, rebalancing existing abilities, introducing new ones, significantly expanding player archetypes, and delivering authentic moments. I love that. Yeah, this could go to plat 360 in a heartbeat. Archetypes have been expanded in College Football 26 with 10 brand new additions, each crafted to reflect the unique and electrifying skill set seen every Saturday. These archetypes are intentionally diverse. No two share the same ability loadout. You'll hear more about them in the upcoming Campus Total Dynasty deep dive. Nice, nice. The out of body experience, the Heisman tier. Yep. One of our core objectives this year was capturing what we call the out of body experience. Those jaw dropping moments when an elite player single handedly changes the course of a game. To achieve this, we've completely redefined how abilities scale when a player gets hot. Momentum matters more than ever. When a player starts to cook, their physical abilities receive substantial boosts. If the player already holds a platinum tier ability, it automatically upgrades to the new Heisman tier, featuring enhanced effects and powerful new functionality directly inspired by player feedback. You'll know exactly when it happens. A green a green flash around the player's icons signals a tier up. Conversely, if a player's performance drops, you'll see a red downward arrow indicating they've dropped a tier. I love that. Love it, love it, love it.
New player archetypes and rebalanced abilities, now 84 total. New player
Pattern around. What is this? As a ball carrier, slightly increased wear and tear affects defenders when falling forward on tackles. Bronze, silver, gold, platinum. Boom. I like that. Inspired by legendary contact seeking powerbacks, the battering ram ability is a brand new addition exclusive to our contact seeking archetype. As it tiers up, ball carriers inflict increasing levels of wear and tear on defenders, provided they finish runs falling forward. At the Heisman tier, it delivers maximum punishment, making defenders pay for every collision. We got Hammer. We've revamped the Hammer ability specifically for dumping linebackers and box specialist safeties. Inspired by iconic hard hitters like Ray Lewis at Miami, each tier of the Hammer ability now directly ties into our physics-based tackling mechanic, rewarding timing and skill. Reach the Heisman tier and you'll gain an increased chance of forcing fumbles on perfectly executed hit sticks. Ooh, I love Hammer. Loving Hammer. Loving Hammer. That's dope.
total.
The cost of greatness, abilities, and wear and tear integration. This year, we've also deepened the strategic connection between the ability system and the wear and tear mechanic. Every physical ability now categorizes into either upper or lower body. As a player's wear and tear accumulates throughout the season, they can lose up to 2 tiers on the corresponding ability. While significant drops are rare, this introduces a crucial layer of strategic roster management, challenging coaches to balance aggressive play and player preservation. Collectively, these improvements transform the the ability system in College Football 26 into a deeper, more strategic and thrilling gameplay experience. One that captures the unique skills, emotions, and drama that defines elite collegiate athletes. I love, oh my gosh, I didn't even get to use all the players, but my goodness, I'm so hyped about that, for real. Let's get right to it. College Football 26 is delivering the single biggest playbook expansion in EA Sports history. 2,800 plus brand new plays and 45 plus new formations, all tuned to reflect the chaos, creativity, and pageantry that defines Saturday football. Whether you're a fan of tempo and space or ground and pound, there's something in here that speaks directly to the heart of college football. Boom, with the arrival of 300 head coaches, so we got to work studying the game, talking to coaches, attending clinics, and above all, listening to the fans. The result is a massive leap forward in authenticity and depth in team identity. Every team is someone's favorite team. That's true. Yeah, I love some of the new formations, honestly. Georgia Tech has some cool ones too. I'm pretty stoked about that. Something that I didn't talk about, honestly, when reacting, the new scoreboard looks nice to me, honestly.
Bizarre plays and
Look how good that looks. Oh,
formations from last season are at your fingertips.
Yeah, it's not gonna go away. Oh well. Yeah, that new scorecard looks amazing. You'll immediately notice the difference between Air Force's flex bone DNA, yes sir, and USC's spread out vertical attack. These aren't just roster based differences, they're true philosophical fingerprints. After months of deep dives and expert insight, every single one of our 136 playbooks has been handcrafted to reflect real life play calling and personnel packages. From Miami's modern day air raid to Iowa State's power spread. Every team has a unique feel, and every user has a real jumping off point to build or customize the identity. I like how they put Air Force in there. Did someone at EA know me? Fresh concepts, real wrinkles. Yes, this was dope too. Jet power read toss, counter bass. You've seen teams like Kansas State and Jacksonville State burn defense with these. Now you can do the same.
Bizarre plays and formations from last season are at your fingertips.
Dang, that's randomly played. You know, yeah, mute this tab just so it doesn't play. Or if it does, it doesn't matter. I didn't see the double motion plays. For the first time ever, you can move multiple players pre-snap. That means you can mimic the chess match seen in real film from programs like Georgia Tech and Penn State. Whether it's sequential motions or dual motions at once, you can now shape shift in formation to stress the defense before the snap even happens. That's sick. I didn't notice that. Is it just for double motion plays, or will I actually be able to motion two people? That's actually kind of sick. You can like motion your running back out and then motion your receiver out. So like if you're on like bunch or even in bunch strong, you can motion your running back out and then you can motion your receiver. Oh, that'd be sick. Quarterbacks are the centerpiece of modern offenses, and they're more involved than ever. From the old school veer reads and modern pop passes to sprint out options and design QB power, your signal caller now has the full menu. Notre Dame, Utah, and dozens of other teams now feature a playbook where the quarterback truly runs the show. Literally. Smarter option routes. We've overhauled route logic and schemes like the run and shoot and veer and shoot. Receivers now read leverage, identified cap defenders, and react to middle of the field safety structure. That means better decision making for user QBs and more realism on every throw. This new logic also fuels option routes across concepts like HB choice, toss wide juke, and slot option. I gotta screenshot that and send that to my buddy. That's sick. Yeah, I gotta screenshot that and send that to my buddy. Ooh. I was trying to run and shoot at the end of this year on a few streams. That's dope. That's dope. We love that. College football always has that guy, the do-it-all athlete who lines up everywhere. With our new gadget depth chart slot, you can sub that player into specialized packages across multiple formations. Whether he's taking a snap at Wildcat QB or motioning from slot to tailback, he's now with true chest speed. That's sick if that's an ultimate team. Oh my god. I'm stoked. Signature looks from the real 2024 season. The shotgun gate. Yep. The swinging gate. That's so high school, bro. I remember running that, dude. We called it the polecat down south. Stretch the edges, freeze linebackers, and create backside cutback lanes. It's misdirection in motion, and it mirrors how Penn State weaponized horizontal flow all season long. The swinging gate. Let's go. Yes, it's finally here. Run screens, jet touch passes, or misdirection fakes from the same funky gate look. This even includes dual QB packages, Wildcat look, and offensive line slot alignment. Ole Miss Wildcat Deuce Wing. Snap it directly to your Huh? Nah, that's wild. That's wild. Hello? I thought that was a typo. What in the actual heck? Nah, that's sick. The option lives in Houston. This formation group blends flexible motion with pistol spread tempo. It includes 11 total wingback sets. A dream for users who love mixing triple option with quick game. Yo! Oh my lord. I gotta try it at least. I gotta try it. That's sick. Western Kentucky Power Eye Hope. Big boy football. Two defensive linemen lead blocking. Fullbacks leaking on play action. If you want to go downhill, this set rewards you with short yardage dominance and surprise deep shot. Nah, that's sick. Are we going over everything? Hello? This is actually nuts. Freaking. This video is gonna be long, but hey, buckle in for real. We're going over everything. ECU trips off over week. An unbalanced formation with layers. Use the off-ball tight end as a motion blocker or RPO threat. Teams like ECU and Kansas ran it very differently, and you'll feel those styles reflected in each team's playbook. Duke, wide off trip stack, a new evolution of the Viren shield, built off 11 new wide formations, including stack looks that stretch defenses sideline to sideline while delivering vertical options and quick RPOs underneath. Used heavily by Duke. This group gives you horizontal stretch with vertical teeth. These aren't just new plays, they are a living, breathing tribute to everything that makes college football so electric. That is true. That is true. Your team plays like your team in college football 26. Precision, vision, and strategy, quarterback play. Well, I'm not drafting or recruiting short quarterback. Oh, I have the tab muted. L-Mans. I'm an L-Mans.
Will now have more limited vision when surrounded by taller linemen, and receiver icons will fade as they come in and out of view.
Hopefully, passing and accuracy or placement and accuracy just changes that. Because if I see him, there's also an ability. Oh my goodness, I'm so ADHD. But anyways, there's an ability where let's rewind it back. Let's say
And receiver
you were throwing it before he cut. There's an ability where you get an accuracy boost. I forget what it's called when you throw it before the cut when you're anticipating. I forget what it's called though. But there's definitely an ability for that.
icons will fade as they come in and out of view.
In our quest to make pocket patches as valuable as they are in real life, we introduce real world challenges to level the playing field. This is where field vision comes into play. No, there's no vision cone on the field. Through conversations with coordinators across the country, one thing kept coming up: the importance of moving the quarterback's launch point and how interior pressure can impair vision. We took that to heart. Of course, y'all did. Through conversations with coordinators, field vision accounts for your quarterback's height, the size of the offensive line, and the defensive line, and their proximity to the pocket. Smaller quarterbacks under center, especially on quick drops or throws between the numbers, will experience realistic visibility limitations. That's why many real life quarterbacks favor shotgun or pistol look. In college football, when shorter QBs are surrounded by taller linemen, receiver icons may fade to reflect obstructed sight lines. You can still attempt those throws, but expect an accuracy penalty, mirroring the real world challenges these players face. Yeah, hopefully placement and accuracy just allows you to, my goodness, y'all know the word I'm looking for. Put it in your hands if it's accurate or not.
Will now have more limited vision.
Enhanced QB progression system. Recognizing that lower rated quarterbacks were previously more successful than we would like, we've expanded the gap between elite and low tier quarterbacks to mirror real life disparities. More accurately, high awareness quarterbacks will quickly and efficiently cycle through multiple receiving options, reflecting the decisive reads and rapid decision making of the nation's elite signal callers. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. I love this. Get ready to be better. Get ready to be better. Last year, we saw a heavy reliance on double mug and cover zero blitzes to overwhelm AI quarterback, making this a critical area for improvement. In College Football 26, we've introduced an upgraded hot read system and made significant enhancements to quarterback progression, logic, double move recognition, and overall blitz response. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Boom, that freedom and responsiveness on offense is something that we're committed to maintaining. The features above focus largely on enhancing the offensive experience, speed, creativity, and big plays. Mm. Improving and polishing the innovative technology we first introduced in EA Sports Madden NFL 25 was essential to delivering the authentic, organic football experience college football deserves. We took a hard look at what we shipped in College Football 25. While it was solid, it didn't quite capture the visceral impact, variety, or player differentiation that real football demands. So in College Football 26, we've elevated physics based tackling to bring more control, more realism, and more satisfying outcomes to every hit. Now, tacklers with better ratings won't just win more often, they'll win more distinctively. We've layered in timing based elements that allow stronger defenders to finish plays with authority, while making weaker tacklers more vulnerable to being dragged or broken through. You'll see variety in tackle outcomes, glancing blows, squared up stops, forward falling momentum, all driven by weight, speed, angle, and user input. Even with the visual fidelity physics based tackling brings, this wasn't just about look, it was about feeling. And with College Football 26, you'll feel every hit, fight through every finish, and experience a tackling system that rewards skill, ratings, and real football logic. New tackle types, wrap catch tackles. DBs who aren't heavy hitters now have the ability to wrap receivers up securely at the catch point. This provides a more realistic and strategic way to neutralize threats without needing to deliver a big hit. Nice. In-range lunge content. What does this mean? Lunge tackles no longer always force defenders to leave their feet. Players can now make controlled lunges while staying upright, adding another layer of realism to open field tackles and increasing defensive responsiveness. Unprepped hit stick. What does that mean? We've added explosive hit stick animations to capture those thrilling real life moments when the ball carrier is caught off guard. These tackles deliver impactful moments that can shift momentum in crucial situations and significantly influence wear and tear, increasing the strategic depth of managing player durability throughout the game. Skill mechanics enhancement, timing, and aiming on all one-on-one tackle types. The timing and aiming mechanics from last year's hit stick tackles have been expanded to every one-on-one tackle scenario, including strips, cuts, lunges, wraps, swat catch tackles, and wrap catch tackles. By putting control directly into your hands, your skill as a player can significantly influence broken tackle outcomes, knockout strips, and forced fumbles. Truck and stiff arm skill mechanics. Offensively, we've integrated similar timing and aiming mechanics into trucking and stiff arm moves. Ball carriers can now control their moves to increase the success rate of trucks and precisely time stiff arms to fend off defenders effectively. Quarterback hit improvement. We also heard you loud and clear when it came to the last second bailouts in the pocket. Those frustrating moments when quarterbacks could escape sacks with unrealistic throws just before being hit, ensuring throws are more realistically aimed near receivers, increasing both catch opportunities and interception risk. Additionally, very late throw attempts with defenders closing in will more frequently result in sacks, rewarding good pass rushes and emphasizing realistic consequences for a delayed QB decision. Physics-based physics-based tackling contact accuracy. We've significantly reduced instances where tackles didn't fully contact the ball carrier, yet triggered tackle reactions. Tackles now consistently connect realistically, preserving immersion. We greatly reduced the unrealistic branching and abrupt direction changes post contact. Ball carriers now maintain realistic momentum, resulting in more natural and believable outcomes after tackles. Branching into movement immediately after physics-based tackles has been dramatically improved, ensuring impactful collisions are visibly disruptive and realistic, enhancing overall gameplay authenticity. One of my favorite things about this feature is the improved consistency and results regarding wear and tear, which we'll dive deeper into later in the blog, along with the outstanding audio feedback accompanying every big hit, making each collision feel much more visceral and impactful. That's that. Mm-mm-mm. Whether you're dialing up a tackle and stunt, an interior twist, or something more exotic, you're no longer limited to basic four-man rushes. You can now disrupt protection schemes, create confusion in blocking assignments, and pressure the quarterback like never before. Yeah, it is actually pretty easy, honestly. At the play call screen, hold the corresponding button on any play to open a new submenu showing all available stunts and twists for that call. Custom tailor your pressure before you even break the huddle. Oh, that's sick. You could do a TE stunt with like a looper. So you could have the TE stunt, then you can have the looper, or you can have the TE stunt and then have a corner blitzing off the edge. Oh my goodness. I'm just and you can do it from the huddle, so that makes it a little bit better, honestly. You can also call one from the pre-play menu, D-pad, left, R1 or RB to access available stunt options for your current play. There are 12 unique stunt types available, each designed to replicate real-life tactics used by top defensive coordinators. These aren't just cosmetic, they change the timing, angles, and matchup logic at the line of scrimmage. I love this. I love this. Hopefully you could do something with the tackle. I didn't see anything with it. Excuse me. Stunts and twists completely redefine how you attack protections. You're no longer relying solely on individual wins from your front four. Now you're running design pressure to force a line communication error, set up mismatches and late looping rushers, disrupt rhythm and pocket integrity, bring true strategy to the trenches. I love that. Block steering, take control of leverage. I don't know what this means. I know what I think it means, but new to College Football 26, block steering is a foundational trench feature that gives both users and AI the ability to physically influence the direction of a block once an engagement has started. Just like you'd see from the best defensive linemen who don't need finesse moves to wreck a game, block steering captures a subtle war of leverage and momentum. Sometimes it's not about winning clean, it's about squeezing the gap, clogging the lane, and turning a 6 yard run into a stalemate at the line. Here's how it works. Once engaged, press RT and the left stick, right trigger plus the left stick to begin steering. That's for like squads or something. You can steer an interaction in any direction based on player strength, weight, ratings, like block setting, run blocking, impact blocking, most importantly, momentum. This works for both sides of the ball, whether you're a nose tackle trying to dent the A gap or pulling a guard trying to drive a defender out of the way. There are 700 plus new animations in this system alone. Every push, turn, and battle looks and feels different depending on who's involved. This also unlocks smarter play from AI linemen. Defensive players will now maintain their assigned gaps based on play call and alignment, significantly limiting crashing or stunning blindly. Gap integrity matters in today's game and it finally matters in college football 26. So that from the ground up, and that includes both run and pass protection. Improved targeting system. We've improved our targeting system across all core blocking schemes. That means blockers now understand who they're supposed to hit and how they're supposed to hit them based on the structure of the play. Schemes that now block with drastically improved clarity and accuracy include power, counter, trap, wham, duo, all veer variants, and midline concept. This new logic reduces freelancing and missed assignments while magnifying mismatch. If you've got a pulling guard squaring up against a lighter safety, that's a win. If your center is climbing to a 250-pound linebacker with poor leverage, you're cooked. Impact blocks and collision win. The core engagement system has been overhauled to reflect better outcomes based on weight class ratings and the momentum differential. It's not just about being targeted, it's about how you arrive. Cool. We focus heavily on giving users more clarity, control and responsiveness, and pass protection. Untargeting defenders. I love this. And that's what they were talking about in the trailer. Your offensive line will now make more intuitive decisions about who to block and when to block them based on immediate threats and overloads. You now have the ability to unassign a target, see a free defender you want to leave on block for a screen. You can now intentionally avoid targeting certain players. This gives advanced users the level of control they've been asking for. I'm thinking more so along the lines of when people come down and double mug and bring the safety. I want to ignore him in certain situations and keep it 5-man protection. Like calling someone's bluff essentially. Simplified slide protection. Slide mechanics are now easier and more intuitive. Want to slide left? Just tap slide left plus slide. Just tap slide left plus right stick left. Want a full slide? Double flick the right stick. This system responds cleanly and consistently, giving you time to focus on reads, not guesswork. Ooh, I love this. You can now flip your pass protection the same way you flip a play pre-snap. Just like in real football, quick flips now account for backside blitzers and rotating coverages, allowing users to adjust protection schemes on the fly. That's sick. That's sick. Modern college football is about creating mismatch, and this year that dynamic shines brighter than ever in the trenches. With enhanced logic around engage wins, losses, dynamic double teams, and block disengage decisions, linemen now make decisions based on rating, angle, play concept, and leverage, not just how close they are. You'll feel the difference when your All American left tackle stonewalls a bull rush or when your undersized D lineman gets washed out by a down block. The trench battle is now a living, breathing part of every play, and it's not just an animation happening beneath the surface. I like that. Custom zones. Nice. We got so much to go over. Oh my gosh, we're on custom zones. All right, and we're back. Last year, we introduced custom stems. giving you the ability to adjust the depth and angle of your offensive routes exactly how you want them. But offense can't have all the fun. So this year we're introducing custom zones. How many times have you been in a game thinking if I could just drop that seam flat a little deeper, or wish my deep zone would sit shallower to take away that dig? In college football 26, you can now fine tune your defensive zones just like you did with route sims, allowing you to strategically counter and neutralize any offense. With custom zone, you have the ability to fine tune individual drop depth on the fly. How does it work? You're asking great questions today. Simply select the zone defender you want to adjust, press A or X on Xbox, then tap L1 to bring up the zone depth adjustment. So basically, you would do Y to bring it up, or right on the D-pad for the linebackers, Y for the DBs. Select a player that you would like to place in a custom zone. Tap L1 to bring up the zone depth adjustment. And then from there, you stem it like you would stem a regular route. I like that. I like it. Not open, buddy. Custom zones give you the flexibility to fine tune your coverage and adapt on the fly. This gives you quicker, more precise control over your defensive adjustments, allowing you to get the exact look you want without cycling through coach adjustments pre-play menus. It's a feature that's been highly discussed with the community, and now it's in your hands. Clamped. We made it a priority this year to take defensive back play in college football 26 even closer to the action you watch every Saturday. That means smarter coverage reactions, more meaningful leverage battles, deeper risk versus reward mechanics, and the excitement and challenge of authentic one-on-one matchups. Route commit, call your shot. I played Travis Hunter at last year's media event playing college football 25. He shaded inside on me pre snap and got beat. He turned to me and said, I know it's a low chance to get beat with the shade, but I'm still selling out here. That moment stuck with us. Shading is about positioning, selling out is about commitment, and that mindset helped inspire what became route commit. One of the biggest new additions to coverage gameplay this year, route commit lets an individual or your entire secondary aggressively jump routes based on your read of the offense. In pre-play, press R1, defensive keys, then left or right on the stick, and your entire defense will aggressively break toward either the inside or outside breaking route. Guess right, lockdown or strap. As the kids say, guess right, lockdown or strap, as the kids say. Your defenders will jump the cut faster, stray tighter through breaks, and squeeze passing windows shut. Guess wrong, it's costly. Defenders will react slower, take exaggerated false steps, and give up separation that turns short gains into explosive ones. Route commit adds a new layer of defensive strategy. Now you're not just covering, you're declaring intent. Like run or pass commit, but for coverage. You're telling your opponent, I know what's coming and I'm selling out to stop it. It rewards film study, disguises, and guts. And when you guess right, there's no better feeling on defense. I love that. I love that. I love that. That is sick. That is actually so sick. With route commit leading the charge, we knew man covers needed to feel tighter, more authentic, and more rewarding for players who pride themselves on shutting down the perimeter. This year, the man-to-man game is much more varied. Elite corners like Leonard Moore will mirror receivers closely, breaking with quicker timing that feels earned, not scripted. Facing top tier wide receivers like Jeremiah Smith or Ryan Williams, you'll still feel pressure, but the battle is fair. Winning means your leverage, timing, and positioning were all perfect. Losing means the receiver earned every inch of that separation. This improvement in man coverage means you can confidently call man, shade inside, use route commit, and feel like you're playing real football, not rolling the dice. Mm. Now, when you line up, Now when you align with inside or outside shade, it directly impacts your defender's ability to cover. If you hold inside leverage and the receiver runs a dig, you'll stay tight and compete aggressively. Loose leverage, Lose leverage, you're still in the play, but you'll feel the urgency to close the gap. Previously, DBs sometimes gave up unrealistic separation. That's gone. Positioning now feels powerful, rewarding pre snap reads, strategic alignment, and adding depth to your matchups. Every snap is more tactical, every coverage call more intentional. This is how real college football defenses thrive. Assignment driven football where angle and positioning rules the day. Shading coverage matters more than ever, pairing directly with route commit and leverage to create a complete defensive toolkit. Shade over the top, you'll gain cushion to protect deep, but you'll also see sharper cuts separate underneath. Shade underneath, you'll clamp down hard on short routes, but risk being burned vertically or by double moves. Every pre snap shade now carries weight, setting a tone before the ball is even snapped. For players who study film and dial in on tendencies, this is a game changer. No eyes, no picks. I love this. You're not going to get any of those picks where you're not looking at the ball. Last year, some of the full speed contested over the shoulder interceptions felt a little too much like defenders were turning into center fielders. I call them the Willie Mays interceptions. This year we improved that. When a DP doesn't have eyes on the ball, he won't make those unrealistic blind leaps anymore. No more backwards acrobatic picks without vision. Instead, defenders react late, fighting through the receiver's hands, trying to knock the ball loose rather than warping it into perfect catch animation. It's all about context now. When a DB is in trail position, hips turn and run at full speed, you should feel more inclined to take a shot deep. You no longer have to wait until your receiver is 3 steps clear from breaking the jam. The game now rewards smart, confident throws that recognize defensive leverage. I love that. But when a DB does track the ball properly, you'll see that rewarded. Interceptions feel earned, not gifted. It's a fair fight, an aspect we're always seeking to improve. Playing the ball finally feels fair, rewarding, and true to real football. One-on-one matchups matter again. The passing game is back to feeling like a genuine competitive battle, just the way it should be. Swat or pick, choose wisely. Swatting the ball returns to prominence this year. Now you must decide, go for highlight reel interceptions or make the fundamentally sound play and swat. Swats take defenders to the highest point, giving you a better chance to disrupt catches in tight windows. Picks are still possible, but only if you're in fade, looking at the quarterback and perfectly positioned. Defensive decision making just becomes more critical. Quarterbacks will find jump balls are true 50-50 throws again, not automatic turnovers. Mmm. Hype me up. Hype me up. Too many wide open interceptions fell incomplete last year. That wasn't right. especially after you made a perfect read and had your defender exactly where he needed to be. This year, we've improved that dramatically. Those no doubt interceptions will stick. DBs will finish plays as they should. Every interception should feel deserved, whether you perfectly baited the quarterback, jumped a route, or made a perfectly timed break. Defensive playbook updates. Let's go. In EA Sports College Football 26, we've updated the defensive playbooks to better reflect the strategic dynamics of the college game. This blog post explores not only the new playbook content, new formations and plays, but also highlights key foundational enhancements to defensive gameplay that improve how certain plays and schemes are executed. In this section, we're introducing several new formations and plays, alongside improvements to pass coverage logic, defensive alignment, and run fit responsibility, all designed to provide a more authentic and engaging defensive experience. Okay. I did notice, we're about to go over it. This year, game features several this year's game, my goodness, English is hard. This year's game features this year's game features This year's game features several new defensive formations tailored to modern college football offenses. These new looks are designed to improve your defense's ability to adapt to spread formation, create pressure, and better defend both the run and the pass. 3-4 tight, a variation of the 3-4 odd front. This formation moves both defensive ends into 4-eye technique, aligning them on the inside shoulder of the offensive tackle. This adjustment helps strengthen B gap integrity and gives players a better structure to combat interior run play. 3-5 flex. Featuring 3 down linemen and an edge defender standing in a 2-point stance to the strong side, this look uses 4-man spacing while retaining the versatility of a 3 linebacker setup. It's well suited to defending spread offenses while maintaining pressure potential. Nickel single mug and nickel 2-4 single mug. These formations position a single linebacker directly over the center in a mug alignment. This alignment forces the offensive line to account for every defender at the line of scrimmage and can trigger one-on-one blocking across the board. The 2-4 variant adds 2-point stance edge defenders for a more hybrid linebacker look. These are especially effective when paired with new defensive line stunts available in the play call menu. Nickel load or nickel 2-4 load. Load fronts align 3 defensive linemen to one side of the center, creating immediate pressure challenges for offensive protection. Like the single mug set, the 2-4 load formation features edge defenders and 2-point stances, reinforcing a linebacker heavy aesthetic and enhancing play calling flexibility. These formations work especially well with the new stunt-based plays. Returning formations. Several formations familiar to Madden players have also been added to College Football 26, expanding the playbook with more variety and situational versatility. Nickel 2-4, 2-4 double mug, and dime load, formerly dime sugar wheat. Hopefully it has that blitzing or that looping linebacker play. Yeah. New defensive plays. All that said, the team still created a number of plays with built-in stunt logic to provide ready-made options that pair naturally with the new formations introduced earlier. These plays were designed specifically to attack common offensive protection schemes and enhance pressure concepts from various defensive fronts. Below is a sample of new plays that incorporate default defensive line stunt. Hold on, where is it? I was running this one. This one was crazy. I'm not gonna read all of these, but y'all see them. Y'all can take a screenshot of it. But that that play was incredible. I didn't get to use all of these, obviously. In addition to these pressure-based plays, this year's playbook includes new bracket coverage concepts designed to help defenses account for the offense's top receiving threat. These plays are now available on nickel over, nickel 2-4, nickel 3-3 over, and they reflect improvements to the game's bracket logic system. Okay. Each of the coverages is built to provide layered support against key receivers, using as safety to play the outer half of the bracket, while the underneath defender covers the inside leverage. These plays give users more control when scheming against specific personnel matchups, particularly in spread and tight end heavy formations. One of the most fundamental parts of any great college defense is run fit discipline. And in college football 26, we've overhauled how defenders align, trigger, and execute in the run game. Whether you're facing a downhill power team, a zone based spread, or a modern RPO heavy attack, our new run fit system makes sure defenders show up where they're supposed to and do it with urgency. This year, run fits are more consistent and clearly defined, reducing the game that often left players asking, wait, why is my linebacker outside? The gaps are clearer, the assignments are cleaner, and the logic behind who fits where now holds up from the first quarter through the fourth. In previous years, second level defenders sometimes played on their heels, waiting for the ball to declare, catch and block, or hanging back too long. That's no longer the case. Linebackers and safeties now fit more aggressively downhill, triggering earlier and attacking their assigned gap with the kind of physicality you expect in real college football. You'll feel the difference when you shoot a B gap and stonewall a run before it hits the line. You'll see it when a safety keys run from a too high shell and knives in to make a stop. This isn't about playing reckless. It's about playing with intent. RPOs are a huge part of the modern college game, and our defensive system is now structured to handle them with built in rules that mimic real defensive football. Most run fit in college football 26 are designed to be RPO sound, meaning defenders have clearer jobs based on alignment and route action. A and B gap defenders, usually interior linemen and backers, are now coached to play the run first. C, D, and E defenders, corners, overhangs, and safeties aligned outside will read their key. If the receiver they're responsible for goes out on a route, they play pass. If he blocks, they trigger into their run fit. This logic keeps the defense from overcommitting and opens the door for smarter, more football faithful reactions against reads, peaks, and tags. A smarter, sharper run defense. Defending the run has always been about assignment, aggression, and discipline. This year, we've taken major steps to bring all three to life in a way that's just not more authentic, it's more effective. Whether you're stacking the box to shut down a Heisman candidate or trying to survive a 12-play option drive, your defenders now have the tools, logic, and mindset to win their one. This is what real football defense looks like. Fast, sound, and built to hold up, no matter what offense throws your way. One of the most exciting additions to College Football 26 this year is the new coaching setting for safety adjustments, giving players full control over how their safety align, both in depth, width, and their position. This feature is all about pre-snap identity, whether you're building a defense that plays downhill or one that prioritizes keeping a lid on explosive plays. This system lets you coach with intention. Around college football, we see tremendous variance in safety depth. It is not just philosophy. Some teams bring their safety closer to tighten up run fits, others sit them deep to neutralize elite vertical threat. That spectrum of strategic flexibility now exists in game. That's what we just read. We can take a screenshot of that. Midpoint shift. This is all about repositioning your safeties off the defensive midpoint. Left and right, on field alignment, shift according to offensive strength, tight end side, field boundary, adjust relative to the wide, narrow side of the field. You can combine all three layers of control to match the exact identity you're trying to build. Want your safeties close and pinch against a downhill run team, but shift a weak to bait play action? You can do that. Need to get them deep and spread against a vertical air raid look? Covered. This is the type of setting that may fly under the radar at first glance, but for players who love building a real identity on defense, it's a game changer. It's one of our favorite additions this year, and just another example of how College Football 26 continues pushing towards authentic football control from top to bottom. To take this a step further, College Football 26 introduces a new RPO specific coaching adjustment, allowing you to fine tune how your AI defenders handle zone read, peak, and traditional RPO concepts. Want your overhangs to be more aggressive against the run, even if it means giving up a quick slant, you can dial that up. Prefer they sit back and protect against the pass first? That's an option as well. It's about giving you the same philosophical control real coaches have on Saturday and then trusting you to use it. As you can see, there's a lot more you can do now within the coaching adjustment menu. And finally, you can easily reset these adjustments back to their defaults with one simple click by pressing L3. I like this. In the past, choosing to show blitz meant your entire defense came crowding the line. Safeties, corners, everyone. It looked aggressive, but it also gave everything away. I love that. I love it for us. In College Football 26, you can now show blitz with just your linebackers, giving you far more control over how your defense looks pre snap. Want to threaten pressure without committing your safeties? Want to crowd the box to bait a check or force a protection slide? Now you can. This isn't just a gameplay improvement, it's real football. In actual defensive game plans, linebackers regularly step up to show pressure, then drop back into coverage or rotate into a different fit post snap. This new control brings the same level of disguise and intent to your defensive tools. I love that. After laying the foundation last year, real time coaching takes a massive leap forward and takes a massive leap forward in college football 26, improving how computer controlled teams adjust and compete. Don't really. One of the most noticeable upgrades is the introduction of delayed shifts. Defensive coordinators will no longer show their hand immediately. You'll see safeties rotate late, defensive front shift post audible to counter new threats. This simulates real life defensive disguises. Da, da, da. Mm-hmm. This computer stuff. Switch stick visual change. The pre-play movement from Madden 25 comes to college football 26 along with new enhancements. Pursuit has been tuned. You'll still see players with low pursuit ratings unable to properly judge speed and take. Hmm. I don't really want to talk about home field advantage. Don't want to talk about that. Oh, hell nah. That's terrible. As he lines up is crazy. You don't even have a chance of making the kick. This year, we've completely overhauled the pressure kicking experience in hostile environments, especially during night games and intense rivalry battles. When the crowd is at its peak, the accuracy meter becomes completely transparent. The ball fades out as your kicker lines up. The power meter fills white, reducing your visual feedback. That's luck. Yeah, that's like 100% luck. That's ass. I don't like that at all. Yeah, I don't like that at all. But yeah, that's the deep dive, and I didn't go over a few things. Like I didn't really want to go over home field advantage. Um, yeah, I didn't see the real point in it. But EA Sports College Football 26 is about um 16, 17 days away. Hopefully y'all enjoyed the video. I try to keep it as short as possible. Be blessed. Tell someone you love them. And until next time, Warhawk out. Mm. At 51 seconds, the Texas linemen crash into each other. No lineman logic. On offense or defense? What's up, WO2? How you doing? I was so locked in reading and recording at the same time. How long was I recording? Holy cow, that deep dive was long. How long do y'all think that was? Holy cow. When did he comment? Hold on. As if kicking field goals wasn't already hard enough. That's funny. That's so funny. Lord have mercy. That is so funny. Yeah, that's actually hilarious.
A deep dive. We'll share details about a massive playbook expansion, all new player types and abilities, improvements to wear and tear, new control mechanics, stadium pulse, physics-based tackling, and a lot more. Let's get into it. With real coaches comes a massive playbook expansion. For the first time ever, over 300 real college football coaches bring their unique styles and authentic play calling to the game, delivering distinct program identities and more play calling variety. Over 2,800 new plays and over 45 new formations have been installed. New option types. Motion types. Bizarre motions have been installed. New option
Why did he turn back around? Go get this guy.
types. Motion types.
That tackle's an idiot.
Bizarre play have been installed. New option.
That guy's a real moron. Yeah, that deep dive is long. It's gonna need to be cut. Definitely gonna need to be cut. Definitely gonna need to be cut. Yeah, I'm gonna cut that and make that shorter, honestly.
Types. Motion types. Bizarre plays and formations from last season are at your fingertips, and they're all tuned so you can craft a strategy that feels like your favorite program. 10 brand new player archetypes and rebalanced abilities, now 84 total, are designed to showcase the wide variety of skill sets we see in college football every Saturday. Improvements to how abilities scale are based on performance. When a player gets hot, their physicals receive a substantial boost, and platinum tier abilities will automatically upgrade to the new, more powerful Heisman tier. The Heisman tier captures those unexplainable moments when a player single-handedly takes over a game. New field vision introduces more realistic challenges for quarterbacks Shorter quarterbacks will now have more limited vision when surrounded by taller linemen, and receiver icons will fade as they come in and out of view. To ensure balance around how different abilities affected wear and tear during hits and tackles, every ability in the game was reviewed and adjusted. New customizable auto-sub options let you tailor personnel decisions to strategically handle wear and tear for every position. Take complete control with adjustable impact settings and battle real-world conditions with new weather modifiers that impact wear and tear. And you'll get instant feedback with new pre-snap visual cues that can affect a player's demeanor, indicating their condition right on the field. Updates to physics-based tackling make better tackles actually feel better. New tackle types like wrap catch tackles and lunges and new timing-based skill mechanics offer more tools to disrupt and dictate the game. With new authentic audio for big hits that adds realism and variety to defense. New dynamic subs allow real-time roster management without breaking from the action, enhancing the flow and strategy of every game. Make informed personnel decisions and get your starters back out there with one button press. A rebuild of offensive and defensive line interactions redefines trench battles. Control the direction of your blocks with new block steering, which factors in player attributes like strength and momentum for more realistic line of scrimmage play. And the addition of stunts and twists delivers more depth and control in pass rush. 12 different types of stunts offer a range of strategic options before the snap, providing a new layer to the chess match at the line of scrimmage. We're introducing adjustable defensive zones for more precise control over pass coverage. Adjust the depth of where your safeties line up in coaching adjustments. Fine-tune your defensive strategies in real time and outsmart opponents. When you're on the home field advantage side of Stadium Pulse, it's a beautiful thing. But for visitors, Stadium Pulse in College Football 26 is louder, tougher, and more personal, elevating the chaos of night games in already tough-to-play places. More intense camera shake, new visual disruptions, and distorted clocks. Camera shake, new visual...
Oh, okay. So you still...
disruption.
The way that reads and the way it actually is different. The way it reads is like, I thought it disappeared completely. You still know where the middle is. And you still, okay. I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that.
And distorted clocks will throw off
I'm not mad at all.
Communication with dynamic intensity depending on the game situation or career moment. Pre-order the MVP bundle. Includes both.
I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that at all, honestly. Not mad at that at all. At all. No, I am not. But I'm gonna get off, guys. I'll be back on in like an hour or two. I'm gonna cut up this video, get rid of all the dead spots. I'm gonna upload it and then I'll be back live. But I have to get this out before 3 o'clock. Thank you if you came to the YouTube stream where we reacted to the gameplay. Looked at the deep dive blog. Y'all have a blessed day. I'll be live a little bit later. And yeah, be blessed. Tell someone you love them. And thank y'all for coming through. I appreciate y'all. Where's multiple output? Bye.